Fat Bobby here. We have a 1964 vintage block wall that's started to lean. Where the neighbors, my neighbor and I started talking about it. It was getting pretty bad. It was leaning pretty good. So I told him to give me a couple days, and took some bottle jacks and some wood, 4x4s, and 12-ton, 8-ton bottle jacks. And you can see here, the red one furthest out is a 12-ton. That's the main part of support that I was dealing with. It was leaning real bad. So slowly, over about a week period, we had recently gotten some rain. So the ground was somewhat soft. It wasn't real dry. I suppose you would saturate the ground on both sides of the foundation if you could. And slowly, with the 4x4s, as you can see, pressed up against it, giving it a wide pressing area. So you press it, you push it all together, not in one location. See how the 4x4s are against the wall and then pushing into, and I put stops on the 4x4s, and then you need a rigid stop for the jack. If you don't have, like I have, another wall or a spa sitting there for a rigid stop for the bottle jack, use cement stakes and create one in the ground. Drive the cement stakes in the ground with some wood to get the bottle jack in the correct location to where it can press at that kind of an angle. And then a stop on the wall where the 4x4 is on the wall, a stop so that the 4x4 doesn't slip. Slowly, you gotta center the bottle jack with the 4x4. Slowly create pressure. You know, I went an inch, maybe an inch, 2 inches some days, and just slowly, and then I check them every day, the tension on the wood, by seeing if it'll twist or any kind of slop in it. Keep the tension. Then I started using a level on the wall till I got level. And then when I got level, I let it sit. This took over a 2-week period, so you're not rushing all these old block walls. It's, you don't want it to snap and pop them all apart. Some of them do. You're getting a separation when you start to press it. You're getting little gaps show up. That's cool, because now what you do is, after you're level, you got to start going through every single crack of this old block wall. LOCTITE PL 500 landscape adhesive. This stuff kicks ass. You put it on, it's real goopy. A couple days still kind of soft, but at about 4 to 5 days, man, this stuff is rock hard and it sucks into the concrete like no tomorrow. So this stuff is really good. LOCTITE's been around forever, and they got some of you old mechanics around there that know LOCTITE 45 used to come in those little discs. The stuff was phenomenal. Those little discs anyway. LOCTITE 45. I'm sorry. PL 500 landscape adhesive. Home Depot, about I think it's $5 a tube for your caulking gun. And then once I had all the cracks sealed up, everywhere you can get it in, put it in. I ended up with about 10 tubes, and then that's gonna take about 5 days to cure. Leave the jacks in place. Then while the jack is in place, on the main support only, I had to, so you can see this, I used 1/2-inch rebar and pinned where the cement is. You can use cement stakes. You can beef up the pinning right down there. And then right down here, I created a plastic cement mold right there with a 12-gallon bucket. And then put it into position like so. 4 bags of 90-pound QuikRete cement. So it's like 360 pounds of weight. And I installed the drain. You can see the drain. It's underneath there too if you need. This is adapting to my circumstance. But there it is, finished. If you can see that. Now what was cool was when it took about 3 days for that concrete to cure. the jacks dropped off because the concrete cured and the tension relieved off the wall. The concrete block took all the tension, and so I'm level. It's done. I'll show you if you can look closer at that. I got the drain pipe below it, the pins for the rebar, and the block wall is level. Let's see if I can get a picture for you here. Oh, there's that. I had to drain underneath it because for my circumstances, I needed a drain, so the backyard would still drain through that area. And you got the 4x4 left in place, and you can cut it, trim it. I wouldn't take too much of it off, but just leave it. And after some years, the wall is going to reposition and the tension is going to leave, I would imagine, if you have to remove it at some point. But anyway, 1/2-inch rebar for pinning, the 12-gallon bucket or the 12-gallon tub, trim it, and you need the 12-gallon tub. It's got to be really rigid plastic so you can create your concrete form. 4 bags of QUIKRETE, and I mixed them up one at a time till I got that oatmeal consistency, and then just kept pouring it through the top and packed it in there. And then you can see where I just stabilized it with some bricks, and then loaded her up, smoothed her out with a trowel, and that's it. She's level. If you have bigger gaps in your block wall, while all these jacks are in place when you're trying to straighten the wall, QUIKRETE mortar repair, it's like $3 a tube. I went through about 5 of these, just filled all the gaps. This stuff's pretty good too, but it's not like the other stuff, the PL 500. So, but this is cheaper, and this will fill all your big gaps. So if you want to straighten your block wall, it's possible. Take your time, 2 to 3 weeks. I didn't rush it because I didn't want to snap the wall apart. But anyway, Fat Bobby out, and have a great day.